Hello, my name is Shajid Dashugo, and today I'm gonna talk about 5 ReactJs interview question answer. The first question is, what is ReactJs? Tell us about the advantages and disadvantages of using ReactJs. Answer: ReactJs is a JavaScript library developed by Facebook that creates user interface in a predictable and efficient way using declarative code to make a DOM document object model faster. React implements a virtual DOM, which is basically a DOM tree representation in JS. When it needs to change the DOM, it uses the virtual one. Then the virtual DOM tries to find the best way to update the browser's DOM. React DOM takes care of updating the DOM to match the React elements. There are also some disadvantages of using ReactJs. Let's discuss about some advantages and disadvantages of using ReactJs. Advantages: ReactJs is easy to learn and use. ReactJs comes with its documentation, tutorials, and training resources. And as it a JavaScript library, anyone comes from JavaScript background can easily understand and start building web app by ReactJs. Virtual DOM. Virtual DOM is a virtual copy of DOM, and when any changes come, React use the virtual DOM, and then virtual DOM find the best way to update the browser's DOM, and it requires less time to update a regular DOM. There are also many advantages, like creating single page application becomes easier, creating dynamic web application also become easier, reusability of components, etc. Let's talk about some disadvantages. Poor documentation. ReactJs is getting updated regularly and there is not enough complete documentation. High pace of development. It has upside and downside on both. Because of updating too quickly, developers need to get updated themselves also. JSX. The full form is JSX is JavaScript syntax extension that makes HTML and JavaScript together. More developers find it complex to learn. The second question is, why will you select ReactJs? Or there are so many different JavaScript frameworks, why will you use ReactJs for your application? Answer: there are so many different JavaScript frameworks. Among them, ReactJs provide us more flexibility. ReactJs is easy to learn and code are easy to maintain. ReactJs provide us to utilize individual parts of application and that boost up the speed of development process. ReactJs also provide high performance. As we know, it provides virtual DOM, which makes the complex changes into simple. It also provides us reusable components. Okay, after all, ReactJs comes with useful developer toolset. The third question is difference between props and state, or how will you pass data from parents to child, or can you change props, or is props read only? Answer: difference between props and state. To pass data one component to another component, we use props. On the other hand, state cannot pass data to another component. It passes data within the component only. Props are immutable, whereas state are mutable. We can use prop with state and functional components. State is only used in state or class component. Props are read only, whereas state are read and write both. The fourth question is, what is the purpose of use state? When and why will you use it? Use state is a hook. We can declare state variable in the functional components by using use state hook. useState return a stateful value and a function to update it. The state can be any type like object, array, boolean, etc. To the state take the variable and the function update the value of the state and then place the value in the state again. So when we call the state, we get the updated value which was done by useState. The last question is, how would you optimize a ReactJs application, or how would you prevent unnecessary component re-render in ReactJs? Answer: optimizing a ReactJs application is the key of application who is aware about user experience. There are many ways to optimize a ReactJs application. Let's discuss about it. Keep the component state local where it's necessary. Make sure that when it's necessary, then re-render a component. To prevent unnecessary re-render, we must only memorize a component when it's necessary. We can use a react.memo function here. Use optimization technique like code splitting by using import function. Use the concept of windowing. Use lazy loading for image. That's all for today. Thanks for your patiently hearing.